Guys, hello everyone. Crypto Interest is with you. Right now, the daily Bitcoin review. I tell you how to trade today to get the maximum profit on the market. Short, very helpful video. There are several interesting moments on the chart today. Plus, today we have data on crude oil reserves, which means there will be volatility, which means we will trade. Therefore, we turn to the graphs, first things first. So, let's see what is happening on the Bitcoin chart. I want to start with one interesting moment. Please see how much these two structures are similar here. I want to comment on this, here and here. At that time, when you and I were standing in this structure and went higher, it looked like we should go higher and maybe even fly to $23,000 or even $25,000. I had long positions here, but after that, FTX crashed, and we flew lower with you. And I remember that my position here was closed by stop loss and, in fact, I then intercepted the positions. One way or another I was able to close in profit, but nevertheless, at the moment it was unpleasant for me, because I was expecting an exit higher. Despite the fact that there was a long structure, there was such a trap here. And, in fact, the FTX scam became a reason for us to simply fall further. Now, look, we have a similar situation. We have a structure, in fact, we came out of it higher, now we are trading, and it looks like we will go higher. But, we keep the previous cases in mind, and, in fact, I remind you that you need to comply with risk management, because it is possible that now just another scam of some kind of exchange or another fund will happen and we will fly lower, right away in the 13,800 range. Again, a very important point, I'm not saying that the event that we had in the past will definitely repeat in the future. No, this is just an important reason for you to follow risk management, stick to a strategy, and not go for a large percentage of the deposit just like that, because it seems so to you. At that time, it also seemed to us that that's all, we are already going higher with you. Locally here should go to 23,000 or maybe even 25,000 and only after that down. But no, then they flew down after that, it was just the reason for the FTX scam. By the way, please write your opinion, what do you think, from this structure we will still go higher or fly lower? Well, we are moving on. So, I'll talk about Bitcoin now, but let's first look at S&P. Look, please, our S&P was flying down yesterday, we have such a pretty red candle, which we don't have on the Bitcoin chart. Bitcoin just stood still yesterday, there was literally a slight movement. In general, we have this structure, please look, it's just perfectly even. And I'm still sitting and waiting for the exit from here above. I keep the risks in my head, but nevertheless, I'm looking forward to getting into this range here, from here to the range from 18,100 to 18,300. Now I will make a few comments on why I think we will go there. Plus, since I expect volatility this week, I'll now show you a few potential entry points where you can open positions. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin chart. Actually, why do I suppose that we still have to hold out with you here, higher, somewhere in this range? Because look, when you and I stood right here, under the POC of this liquidity, right here, everyone was already gaining short positions, and here they were gaining short positions, and so on. Right now, most of these people are sitting in these short positions and are locked out. And what are they waiting for? They are waiting for Bitcoin to roll back lower, at least so that they can average their positions, at the maximum so that they can close these positions to break even in, for example, open long positions. But, as you understand, this is not very profitable for the market maker. It is much more profitable for the mind to drive the price of Bitcoin in such a way that these positions are liquidated, the exchange gets its own liquidity, and only after that it goes lower. Moreover, as you understand, when, for example, the price goes up, positions that were opened short right here, they are closed by stop losses or liquidated. It only gives more impetus to go higher. That's why I say that here is a blurry range, because if there is this series of liquidations, then we can generally fly up to 19,150, maybe even a little higher, from where I will 100% gain short positions. Here I plan to do it this way. When we get here, I will open short positions here, but I will bet in such a way that when I arrive at 19,130 I can add the volume of my position, and after that I will already go lower, because the probability that we will go there is pretty big. So my strategy for short positions is something like this. But, a very important reminder. We are still in a downtrend, so the most ideal strategy is to trade with the trend. Yes, I now have a local long position, now I will explain once again why, but nevertheless, according to the trend, now this is trading short positions. We wait for the level from above, open a short position and fly down. Actually, according to my long position, here I have a position right now at 0, at the entry point. I just opened it right here. Why? Firstly, we have already defended this level with you, we have formed liquidity here. All in all, a good entry point for me. But, again, I mean that we can easily go lower, and actually the next entry range I am considering is right here. This is from 16,500 to 16,200, in fact, the next liquidity that will be waiting for us here. But, nevertheless, we have data coming out today. If suddenly the data is positive, then in general we can easily see some kind of impulse higher and will not take this level. Therefore, in general, I'm holding a position here for the time being. If we suddenly see some kind of such a withdrawal below, then perhaps I'll just close the position, and then reopen it here. My strategy is like this. By the way, I wanted to show you about SME. Look, another reason why I went long. Because at SME, look, we already took this level, that is, we had such a pretty puncture, we took this long level and, in fact, after that we went higher. And when we have worked out the level on SME, the probability that it will not work out already on the Bitcoin chart is very high, which is why, one more reason, I opened a position here. Because according to SME, we have already made such a puncture here, and, in fact, we can simply not go there already, just go higher without it, because we received confirmation. Now let's move on to S&P again. By S&P, look what happened yesterday. You and I are still defending the level. That is, we came, broke through this liquidity a little, broke through a little, but nevertheless, we have not yet consolidated. Now the market can easily open and we will go higher. Yes, this is the level we have here is a little blurry, but nevertheless, for now we are defending it. But, what should you keep in mind? In fact, we have pretty blurry borders here, and we can easily walk, for example, in this way. And so far, this, in fact, does not affect anything. Here is a clear example of the fact that S&P spilled yesterday, but Bitcoin stood still. Therefore, in general, we still have such an uplink here locally. This is local, pay attention. And I'm still considering the New Year's Eve scenario of such a short squeeze in the range from 4,200 to 4,300. But, globally, again, I show you that globally, on the contrary, we are in a downward channel, and we have this level, from 4,200 to 4,300. This is the level from which we will turn around and complete our correction with 100% probability, where then the range is from 3,300 to 3,500. We will look at the situation. That's all, guys. That's all you need to know for today to get the maximum profit in the market. And the most important thing for me is your support, so subscribe to the channel right now. Be sure to turn on notifications so as not to miss the latest releases, and of course, put the maximum likes, because your likes are food, energy and motivation for me, which makes me shoot every day and keep you updated. I also want to remind you, this video does not force you to buy any cryptocurrency or invest in anything. I am not a financial advisor. Bye everyone.